Hey you guys, welcome back to Angel and Angela, and on here I want to talk to you guys today about how narcissists are like children. They're like children. They want to explore, right? You tell them not to do something, but they're still going to try to do it. You know, and when they see your reaction, they're looking for your reaction. They're like, oh, I wasn't supposed to do this. How is this person gonna react that I did it even though they told me not to do it? Because I'm not worried about taking their good advice. I'm more concerned with seeing this person's reaction. They're like living in a fairy tale world. They're more concerned about seeing your reaction. It has nothing to do with what's going on. It has nothing to do with what they did to you, the abuse, how they talked down on you, how they went back and forth with you in and out of your life. You're dealing with a crackhead. That's what you were dealing with. If any one of you guys know how people off the street act, if you aren't brought into the street mentality, you're not going to really understand the depths of narcissism, how low they can go. I didn't know that. I was the person, I want to get all this money together, donate to the homeless. You're out doing the Lord's work, right? And then you start studying these people. You start to see that there's empaths on the street. You start to see that there's narcissists on the street. And if you pay attention to how childish these people are, you might tell them you don't have any change to give them. They get mad. You ever see someone get mad at you for not giving them change? When you don't give the narcissist what they want, you might think, oh, it's just because they're in a worse situation than me. That's how the narcissist feels a lot of times. They feel like there's something about you that they don't have. So they're okay with doing certain things to you. They're okay with getting mad when they're not getting their way because they feel like you have it better than them. If you argue with these people, guess what they're going to do? They're going to break your car. They're going to break into your house because they don't have nothing to lose. They're like, screw you, fuck you. You have a house, I don't. You have a car, I don't. I don't care if you don't have family and you say that you went through all this abuse with the narcissist. I'm in a worse situation than you are. That's what you're dealing with. And see, sometimes we can say that narcissism can develop from poverty, right? There's a lot of narcissism in poverty because they have a hive mind, a barrel in the bucket, under the barrel bucket. You know what I'm trying to say. They have this mentality where they're just trying to like pull you down, right? Pull you into that barrel, right? So if you're dealing with someone who has this crabs in the bucket mentality, it doesn't just have to be like in poverty. You see narcissism who have been spoiled as well, who have everything. And you're like, okay, well, what's their excuse? Because they're greedy. They're greedy. If you make one mistake in your life, these people won't give you another chance. They're greedy. They feel like, nope, you shouldn't have done it. You're just like those poverty mindset narcissists over there. They want to label you like those lower grade narcissists for doing something that they feel like you shouldn't have done. And this could have just been, a mistake that you made when you were dealing with a narcissist, right? And that's not even who you are, but people are labeling you just for being associated to the narcissist. This is why a lot of people won't talk to you when you're dealing with a narcissistic person. Certain friends don't want to be your friend anymore because they're like, why are you hanging out with this clown? Certain family members are like, they have poverty mindset. They need to stay away from me, from our family. Because if we help you, we're helping the narcissist. They're using you, and anything we do for you, it belongs to them. That's how they view it. They almost view it like they look at you like you're not even a real person anymore. Like your brain has just been taken over by the narcissist, and the narcissist spirit is driving you. So they don't trust you. They're like, poverty mindset, gotta get away from you. But you have narcissists that are also in a higher grade. And these type of people are the ones that are so sick, because some of them will donate to the church. They think they're perfect people. They're like, oh, I'm able to get up every day and work hard. And, I did this on my own. I worked hard for my doctorate's degree. I worked hard for this, so it's all about your mindset. It's not my fault you have a weak mindset. Your parents should have taught you. They start blaming people around you. Well, it's not my fault. Everyone has to deal with the cards that they have to deal with, which is correct. But it's the lack of empathy. It's the way they want to throw shit on your, in your face. That's disrespectful, like you're not a human being. And it's not just that. It's the simple fact that if you did come from a background of lower grade narcissists, it's the fact that if you try to change your life and do positive things, these people can feel your energy. First of all, let me tell you something now. If you're dealing with narcissistic people, or you're in a toxic relationship and you're trying to advance in your life, it's not going to happen. I'm sorry to tell you. I'm going to tell you the truth. It's not going to happen until you get rid of those toxic people, because they bring toxic energy, and that energy rubs off on you. And because you're an empath at the end of the day, you feel emotions. You get emotional when the narcissist says things to you, when they down talk you, when they, embarrass you, when they tell you things about yourself that you start to believe is true just because they told you, or you give a damn about their opinion or their perception of you. Just the simple fact you're giving them any type of energy, clout. You're giving them clout. That energy, people can feel it. So if you're trying to change and evolve in your life, guess what? You're going to be making mistakes. Certain narcissistic traits that the narcissist has will rub off on you. So guess what? People can feel that. People can feel your desperation, like, oh, I need to get out of this situation. And it's okay to want more, right? That's where this shit gets really messy. Because you'll want more. You'll tell yourself, I'm gonna work hard. I'll work extra hours. I'll do whatever I gotta do. But I'll sacrifice everything. Everything's already been taken, so I don't have nothing else to sacrifice. I don't have nothing else to lose. So now you want it even more because you feel like you don't have nothing to lose. See, the narcissist on a lower grade level will steal from you, kill, deceive you, do anything they can right in front of your face, all because they feel like they don't have nothing to lose. So when you have that energy of, I don't have nothing to lose, instead of just being satisfied with you might not be satisfied where you're at. You might be very uncomfortable. But the more uncomfortable you are, the more afraid you become, and the more you're seeking for help, you're going to see that people don't want to help you. That's when these rich, wealthy narcissists come in, or narcissists in a better situation than you come in, because these are the type of people, they won't give you a chance. The only way some of these people won't give you a chance, and some of them that will give you a chance, is because they see something, a part of themselves in you. And sometimes God blesses you that way. But guess what? A lot of those narcissists, they'll act like they can't see themselves in people. They pick and choose who they see themselves in, right? So they won't see themselves in all people. So all people won't get the same treatment from these type of narcissists, meaning that sometimes when you get in certain situations, you feel like you are blessed and you feel like you owe this person a lot. But now when you start kissing this, kissing people's asses to the point where now you're like making them your master because you just appreciate, certain things. They're going to test you. They're going to talk bad about you to others. They're going to do things just so that it can come back to you, just to see how you're going to handle it. Are you going to handle it like a person off the street and try to confront me and fight me and go back and forth with me and go to war with me? Or are you just going to bow down and take it because you know I'm the one who put you in this position, and without me you wouldn't be shit, because when I got you, you were starving. You felt like you had nothing to lose. You felt like I have to put my hope in something. I saw the light in you trying to hold on. I saw God in you trying to hold on. They see the God in you that is like, I know I'm not supposed to have faith anymore, but I still have it. I'll be damned if you push me down to that point where I'm going to be miserable and hateful and be living in that lower narcissist world where I'm just in hell and there's nothing to lose, and I'm just associating myself with, I want to feel connected to a source, but I can't connect to God anymore. So now I'm just connecting to gang stalkers and other narcissists, and now living in that narcissist realm. You don't want to go there. That's your biggest fear, to be in the sunken place. So these type of narcissists know that, especially if you come from a higher grade narcissist and they've been trying to teach you the games that are being played, but they know there's something off about you because you empathize with people, and you empathize with people they feel like you shouldn't have any empathy with. They spotted those people out. But then you feel like they know you, they watch you grow up. So you're like, okay, I didn't get it then, now I get it. But now that you get it, they're like, oh, this is part of the game. Once you disobey, you can't come back. We don't trust you anymore. You're not in that deep spell. You're not one of us. You're not in that deep spell. And you're like, well, why does it have to be a deep spell? I understand the rules. I can play by the rules now. Just like these people will do this to you in your own family, your friends, people will do this shit to you in society. That's where society, the narcissism in society is going on. And a lot of these people, they're like children. They're like children. The lower grade narcissists, they're like children, in society. You fight with them, they want to fight back and forth. They don't got nothing better to do. You have to silence yourself. You can't even talk to these people. You can't even be nice to them. I'm sorry to say, but you got to learn when to use your empathy, and you can't just use it for everyone and anyone when you meet them off the bat. It's good to have this is where mannerism comes in. It's not about having empathy for these people, because a lot of them are narcissists. And some of them that have been abused will try to abuse you because they've been abused, or they're in a sunken place and need a little boost. And you're all about helping people, but it's all about the way they move. They move real thirsty, like they want to pull you in, and you're scared. You're like, I don't know if I should help you or not, because I feel like you're gonna pull me in, and I've already been there before. Then you have, and it's like, it's about saving yourself, but at the same time, you don't want to have hate, greed, or judge people either, right? So this is where etiquette, manners come in. How to treat people kindly, but still having boundaries. How to show people how to treat you. And you might not think that etiquette has a lot to do with it, but I've already spoken on etiquette in past videos, so you can Google put my name on YouTube and put etiquette. I know I have it somewhere down there, but this is what etiquette is. I'm not going to go into details, but certain things that you should know without someone telling you, certain things that you should know that are not technically, it's not a law. Like, it's not a law, right? So technically, let's just say it's etiquette that if you have a lot of junky cars in your house and you work on cars and you're always making noise and you got loud cars, it's etiquette to know that, hey, not everyone likes motorcycles and loud cars. Not everyone likes junky cars all over the place. Some people they're minimalists. They like things to be neat. They like a quiet place. You know what I'm saying? It's etiquette to know, hey, the person next to me might be the opposite from me. So guess what? I have to keep my junky behavior to myself because they're probably irritated by just looking at my home and my junkiness. They're probably their lifestyle is so different that just by looking at my dirty home, it bothers them. So guess what? The least I can do to have etiquette, because I know I got a lot of junky cars. I know I'm really loud. The least I could do is keep my junky cars in my own yard, in my own house, instead of having them scattered all over everyone else's house. Yeah, by law, you know what I'm saying? By law, of course, you could park on the street. But etiquette is knowing to stay in your own place, in your own lane. Just like when you go out with your family and then what if someone just comes up to your kid and starts touching on your kid? That's bad etiquette, because guess what? I'm with my family. You shouldn't even be talking to me while I'm with my family. If you don't have your own family, you shouldn't even be talking to my family, because I don't trust you. I don't know what you're trying to do. I could understand if I'm somewhere where it's, we're at a lake house and everyone has their own boats or something, and, the kids start talking to other kids. But if you're just coming up to me to fish for information, or to just start asking questions, or just start making assumptions about me and my family, or just start touching people, it's bad etiquette. Yeah, it's not against the law to go talk to someone, right? It's not against the law to record someone, right? You could pull out your phone. You're not going to go to jail just to be recording in public. But it's bad etiquette. It's disrespectful. And that's the problem with society now. All these people and all these children are growing up to be robots and narcissists that are disrespectful and lack etiquette. And they're not giving any of us any privacy. And then guess what? Some of them are going to be put in good situations, just like you see now, where you'll see lawyers, teachers, doctors on the internet going on live. And you're like, don't you have a classroom to teach? But every 5 minutes, you're looking into the phone screen, trying to read comments about what you're doing, what you're supposed to be focusing on. Your focus is supposed to be on your children, but you're trying to put on a show. You know what I'm saying? Some teachers might be forced to do it because maybe the parents at home want to keep up with what's going on, they want to keep their eyes on their children. That's understandable. But what you're going to see is that people do not have any etiquette. They lack mannerism. And even though there's a lot of rules in this world, and some of these manners and etiquette that we have about ourselves, people that, are trying to stay alive and trying to respect others and show boundaries, it's about having balance, because these people will try to eat you up alive with just talking to them. So it's about having boundaries in a way where it's not going to offend anyone. So, a lot of narcissists lack etiquette because they don't like rules as it is. So you're dealing with children who lack etiquette. You're dealing with children who do not have manners, do not have remorse, do not have empathy, can't put themselves in other people's shoes. You're dealing with someone who, when it comes to, what the rules are and doing the right thing, they're always going to try to figure out how to maneuver through that situation to go against whatever it is what your plans are. That's why You know, it's dangerous. That's why it's getting so dangerous, because you're dealing with children in adult bodies, you know, that no one taught them certain things. Even if you teach them, they don't want to listen to you. They're like a little kid that you can't even teach anymore. It's like it's over with. Some of these people, like I said, very entitled, meaning that the more narcissism that is growing, it's going to put certain people in bad situations. People who want to thrive, it's going to put them in worse situations, because you're going to be dealing with narcissists who are able to access certain financial things easier than others, just for the simple fact of who they are, their family, their background, their finances. And these people are going to lack empathy. A lot of these people won't have etiquette. They go to work like children. They're on their phones. It's like a party at work. They're doing whatever they want. When someone calls them out on the rules, because they break rules all the time, someone calls them out for their, you know, for them lacking customer service or something, guess what? They're all going to jump on you. There's no rules anymore. They act like they're following the rules, but they're not following the rules. So a lot of these people in high places, they want to put their foot on your neck and tell you you have to be perfect. You have to have the perfect resume. You have to have the perfect life, and that's the only way you can access that world. Even though you already had access to that world, but that's the only way, right? Either way, or you've never had access to that world and you came from a bad family, you're trying to change your life. These type of people will expect you to be perfect. Any mistakes that you've ever done, they're going to call you out on it. Meanwhile, they're going to work drinking, doing drugs, you know, having sex with their coworkers, having affairs. They're acting like children at work, like they don't follow, like children who don't follow rules. But they're gonna expect a lot out of you. They see that you're a good person, you're trying to evolve. They're like, oh, I get where you're at. You're a good person. You seem like a nice person. But we're not looking for that right here. We're looking for bullshit. We're looking for someone that's gonna see our bullshit and they're not gonna call us out, because we're adults. We could do whatever we want now. That's part of not being a kid anymore, is that now you can do whatever you want. So anything that they were taught when they were young, etiquette, mannerism, you know, all that, it's out the window. But they'll only use it to their benefit to get out of situations. They're like children. They're like, okay, I'm only going to act that way. I know how to switch it up. I'm only going to act like that when I have to. If I get pulled over for driving too fast, you know, I know how to use my looks. I know how to act stupid or play dumb and get out of certain situations. So these are the people that are doing the most damage. They're acting like children. They're fighting back and forth with people. They're getting into relationships with multiple people, on and off with them. You know, they're the ones that are doing the most in society, destroying society. They're all working together. Lower grade narcissists, higher grade narcissists. They all learn to play their role. They all learn to play their position. And some of them, they're like, I don't want to go into that world. I'd rather stay where I'm at, because I've already mastered where I'm at. I'm never gonna be what I want to be anyway. So I've already got this mastered. I can use all these people to get what I want, to at least sustain everyday living. So this is why I say a lot of them act like children. There's no rules. All the rules that were created, all the things, you know, even something simple as a fight, right? How people used to get into fights back in the day, like, you're so mad, you're like, let's fight this out physically. Let's fight this out. You know, you can't do that with a narcissist, because to them, fighting means killing. It's like, I'll grab a bottle and crack it on your head. I'll grab whatever I have to and break you. I'll get acid and throw it on your face. I'll shoot you. I'll kill you. Narcissists are like children with no rules. They take it to another level. You can't even tell these people when they're doing something wrong. They get offended and want to destroy you. They want to fight you. And these type of people are everywhere. They're your neighbors. They're weirdos. They don't know just to stay to themselves and just kind of be quiet. Not, you don't got to be so loud every day. I get it. You don't go to work like a regular person. You probably got to figure it out. We all got to figure it out. But when you lack etiquette and you're like living in a world where you're like, oh, screw my neighbors, I'm gonna make noise, who cares? Who cares if they have to go to work? We don't care. We're trying to do whatever we can to sustain our life. They should have empathy for us. They're expecting strangers to have empathy for them while not having any manners for other people, you see? So how can I bow down to you if I feel disrespected? Now, if you fight with these people or you say something to them or you call law enforcement on them, they're going to go back and forth with you like children, and you don't have time to fight with them. You got things to do. And now they're making threats. Oh, I'm going to break into your house when you're not home. Oh, I know you're alone. Oh, now they're making threats like they want to kill you. All because they don't have manners. They don't like to follow rules. They don't have any etiquette. They don't understand that it's annoying for other people, and you can't expect other people to come into your world and feel sorry for you, because most people won't. But the narcissist doesn't care. They're like living in their own world, and they're not thinking of how it's affecting others. They don't care who they're destroying. They're like children in adult bodies. If you ever dealt with a child who seems like they have narcissistic traits, they'll say that they're the victim, right? They're like, oh, I'm being bullied. People are bullying me. And you're like, okay, well, stay away from the bullies. Oh, I can't. Okay, well, go to the office so they can keep getting suspended and getting in trouble. But their pride won't let them. They got to keep saying something, right? So it gets to the point where that kid even starts lying, making up stories. You're like, hey, you're making up stories. You're reading between the line, and you could tell this kid is making up stories. They're saying anything they can to survive the tough situation that they can. So you might come along and you might point these things out to this kid, and now they look up to you because they're like, oh, you're saving me. You're giving me what other people aren't giving me. This is how the narcissist a lot of times views you. Like you even though they're treating you bad, a lot of times in the beginning, they only admire you because they feel like you're saving them. And then they grow to resent you because they can't have your life. And then they destroy your life, and now they feel better. But even when they destroy your life, they're still antagonizing you. They don't stop. So you're helping this kid. Now they look up to you. They want your advice because your advice is helping them. They're using your advice. But they're not you. They're not you. So there's going to be moments where they can't think like you because they're not like you. They're trying to think like you. But because that's not who they are, that's not who the narcissist is, they're not you. They're not going to know when, this is why a lot of them are, you'll think, oh man, they're dumb, because they'll use, the only reason you connected to them, whether they're rich, poor, is because of your mindset. The narcissist is like a child. They saw something mature about you, something they felt like they could learn something about you, and you actually felt like you could learn something about them. Yeah, and you learned how low grade and nasty and jealous these people are. You know how evil these type of people are, so you felt like you had something to learn too, just like they felt like they had something to learn about you. This is why things in their life start getting better and they start acting like they don't need you. And then they come back apologizing because they feel like they still need you. They're studying you. They're studying how you think. They're studying your empathy. They're studying your mannerism. Once you lose your mannerism, your etiquette, and they start making you act crazy just like them, now they don't respect you even more, because they're like, they're looking at you like, ew, I don't like the way you're treating people. Ew, I don't like the way, and this is how they've been treating people the whole time, but they've taken you out of who you are now, being around their negativity so much, because they don't stop their negativity. They're like kids. They're always thinking about what can go wrong, right? So they're planning ahead and they're throwing you under the bus. And you're sitting here, trying to help them out of, you're helping them by just being yourself. By just being a good person, you're helping them. Now, the moment you start feeling like, what's the point on being nice? What's the point on doing this? If someone does something to me, I'm gonna say something to them. The moment now you're pissed, and you've never felt like this before, you didn't know that evil people can get under your skin like this. Now the narcissist is laughing. They feel like they're looking at you disgusted with your behavior, even though they've been behaving that way the entire time. They're like little children, like, I'm used to getting in trouble in class, but this time you got in trouble in class, and I was folding my little hands in that desk, acting like I'm the good boy. Now they're looking at you. Now they're giving you advice. This is where now they're giving you advice. Now bad things are happening to you. Life is going downhill. Every time things are going bad, you feel like you need the narcissist to help you now. Now you needing the narcissist to help you, they feel overwhelmed. They feel like you're acting like a kid, like you're acting immature. And you're thinking, I just need my partner, right? I've never been down like this. And I thought you were going to be there for me through better or for worse. Now they're showing you they're not willing to be there for you through worse, because they were only using you for your best, And now that you're at your worst, somehow they're at their best. And you're thinking, how could you be happy for mistreating me when I'm at my lowest? I didn't do that to you when you were at your lowest. They're like a kid. They're like, I don't care. I beat you. Your reputation is jacked up now. I learned everything there is to know about you, because I tried to break you, and I couldn't break you. And then when I finally did, I realized that you're just like me. You're just like me. You get angry. You're evil like me. It's deep down inside you. You just don't show it. And you're looking at them confused, like, I'm not evil like you. You brought me to this point. They're looking at you like, no. You were just hiding it. See, I'm not that evil person, because you would have done it to me too. See? And they just run with stories in their brain. They're psychos. They run with stories. Now they're just like, behaving. Now they're telling you that the way you're behaving it's pitiful. Now they're acting like you're weak. They're like, you're weak. How can you just react? When you react, it's weakness. But the whole time they were in a relationship with you, they were reacting for no fucking reason. Psycho. And now they're with someone else and they're behaving like you. They're taking your mannerism. They're stealing your mannerism. They're stealing your etiquette. Things that their parents should have taught them, or that they didn't listen to. And now it makes sense to them, because they had to understand it through you, through breaking you down, through seeing you struggle, through seeing you overcome the same obstacles that they put in front of you. They're like children. Now they're grown up. Now they're like, oh, I'm grown up. And you're looking at them like, you should have been grown up. Sometimes they're older than you. You're looking at them like, so you wasted my time. So you tormented me. And now you feel like you grew up. And this is why certain narcissists go from relationship to relationship, because they're like children. And then they tell you, oh, the narcissist isn't going to change. They're going to have to change for themselves, after they've destroyed so many people and learned just simple etiquette, simple mannerism. Even though you could talk down on someone, it's about not doing it. holding it in, bitch. Now you learn how to hold it in. Now you learn how to hold it in, and now you say, oh, I went to therapy and I'm a changed person because now I don't act on my emotions like I used to. Yeah, now I feel bad about all the people I've done stuff to. So you're dealing with a child that is going through decades and decades of growing up, and even when they get older in their 40s and 50s, they still have that inner child inside of them that wants to come out, because it's not who they're pretending to be. Them putting on that suit on, they put that suit on, they got you fooled. They already know, if I put a suit on, I'm older. They're looking at themselves in the mirror. They're like, I know I could deceive someone. I know this suit is going to deceive you. But inside, it's a child. They're children. And they use supply to grow, to learn mannerism. They make you go through the bad shit while not putting a scratch on themselves. So they make you do what they would do. Once they make you act crazy and they get you out of character and they get you brainwashed and all that, now they're planting seeds to make you destroy yourself. And they're trying to see what would happen if they're literally doing science experiments. Oh, okay, I would do this, I would do that. They put things in your head, and now when they got you acting it, they're like, okay, that's why I'm not going to do it. Because then my family won't talk to me anymore. So you're dealing with someone who is evil, and then they get and then they learn from their mistakes, and then they try to evolve or get better, get in better situations. And then on top of that, they start judging people, acting like they didn't come from, a lot of those people that they put down that were good people or came from good backgrounds. They didn't even come from bad backgrounds. The narcissist was lower than them. Now the narcissist is talking down on people like them. Oh, you guys are just jealous because you didn't do nothing with your life. You guys are just trying to blame me. You could always do what you want, what you dream of. They take all your energy and then they blame you for it, and they act like you're the child that doesn't want to grow up, because now they put their big boy their big girl panties on, their big boy pants on. Now they feel like they've grown up, they've healed, they've asked God for forgiveness, they've asked supplies and people that they've hurt for forgiveness. Hey, if they didn't accept my forgiveness, that's on them. It's only under their terms that they will ask for forgiveness. Just remember that. So I'm sending you guys lots of love, light, peace, and your healing. If you guys enjoyed this topic, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe if you guys are new. If you guys want to book a session with me, my booking information will be on the description. Just give me about 24 hours to respond to you. And as always, I'll talk to you guys on the next one. Bye.